Okay, here are the 7.6 notes. This is the second example starting at the bottom of page 2. So this one looks a little different. This is not set equal to 0. It's set equal to 1, so we got to start by subtracting 1 from both sides. Once we do that, we have to get a common denominator, so this is written as a single rational expression on the left-hand side. Okay. So we do that by multiplying the 1 by x minus 6 over x minus 6, so we have a common denominator. We get 4x minus the quantity x minus 6, right? All over x minus 6. That gives us a 3x plus 6 over x minus 6. So we have critical points. The 3x plus 6 is coming from the numerator. So that's telling us where our 0 would be. Again, we solve for x. But notice here, this is strictly less than. So when we divide our interval, we're not going to have the same situation as we had in the last one where x could be plugged in to give us a 0, right? We can't use 0. Our denominator, we got x minus 6 equals 0. And so we know we have an asymptote of that x equals 6. So we are dividing our number line at x equals -2 and x equals 6. That gives us 3 intervals. We go from -infinity to -2. We go from -2 to +6 and from +6 to infinity. And so we're just choosing values in each of those intervals to check and see where we're positive and negative. Notice up here, we are looking for all of the y values that are less than 0. So we're looking for all the negative values. If we plug in -3 right here, we get -3 divided by -9, which is going to give us a positive number. So these are positive. When we plug in 0, we get 6 over -6. They are negative in here. And when we plug in a +7, we get 27 over 1. Okay. So our solution is this interval in here. All of these values are going to give us a negative y. So our solution goes from -2 to 6 without the endpoints. We cannot use either of those endpoints. The -2 would give us a 0, which is not what we're looking for. We want values that are strictly less than 0. And then the 6 is our asymptote. That would give us a value that's undefined. Okay. If we take a look at the graph, this one's right here. We notice that at -2, we cross from positive into negative. And then at 6, where we have our asymptote, coming from the left, we're shooting down towards -infinity. The right's going up towards positive. Everything there is positive. Graph on the left is our first example. And there you go.